Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Economics. And today we're looking at the theory of price determination. We want to see how prices of goods and services are determined in our economy or in an economy. All right. Before we continue, do not forget that these videos are brought to you by the one and only O3 School JAMB CBT practice application. It is all you need to succeed in your exam. If you want to pass your JAMB exam at once, please get the application. All right. A lot of testimonies. Okay. So please, you should not be left out of that. Okay. Before we continue talking about the features of the app, let us say a JAMB pass question from the JAMB application. This is a 2006 question, number 45. Okay. You can see a diagram there where the price and quantity plotted against each other. The price on the y-axis and the quantity on the horizontal x-axis. We're told here that the diagram above shows the effect of AC's maximum price legislation at P2, minimum price legislation at P2, excess supply over demand at Q2, and excess demand over supply at Q3. All right. So we're going to definitely talk more about this later on, because at O3 Schools, we believe in giving you value first. Let us teach you. And once we have taught you, answering questions will be the list of your problems. Okay. So please download the application. It has all you need to succeed in the exam, all the past questions you need for all the subjects on the application under the practice for UTME. Likewise, there's also a classroom feature with JAMB syllabus and with lecture notes or class notes or digital notes, which have been structured according to that JAMB syllabus for you. And also in the classroom, you can create a study plan and create a study schedule, all right? And then you can be able to crash your syllabus, all right, within the shortest possible time and finish it well on time, all right? And also there's a question search feature. You can search for question according to topics and all the questions that JAMB has set. Under that topic will come out for you to answer. What's more, there's a mock challenge on the app. Every Saturday, we organize weekly mock exam to test how prepared our students are. So every student that's writing JAMB, okay, come to the app on Saturday to compete with each other to see how prepared they are. They get used to JAMB past questions, JAMB likely exam questions, and they see their score released just like normal JAMB, thereby building their confidence towards the main examination. Please do not be left out. Download the application and start immediately. All right. So please, there's an activation fee for the app. It's not free, so please ensure you also activate it. To get your activation key, you can send a message to this number on WhatsApp 09121515246. Okay, so the correct activation fee is the one on the app. Once you click on activate on the app, scroll to buy activation key at the top. Once you click on buy activation key, you will see the options that you can use to make your payment and the correct amount for the activation. All right. So we're talking about the theory of price determination today. All right. First of all, what is even price? This price. What is price? P-R-I-C-E. Okay. You know that what price is is the amount of of money. Abi, it's not the amount of money that you use to purchase a particular good or service. That's what price is in the short term. Okay. Or you could also say that price, okay, is the rate of exchange of goods and services. Okay, is the rate of exchange for goods and services. Okay, that can also be called price. So price is the amount required to purchase, okay, a particular good or commodity. Okay, all right, or a good or a service. All right, and of course, price is influenced, okay, or is determined rather by many economic factors. Okay. Price is determined by several economic factors. One of those factors, of course, is definitely supply and demand. Number one, okay, is determined by supply and demand. Okay, this is one of the factors. Also, that determine prices of a good or a service. Another one, of course, is the cost of production. Okay, another one is cost of production. Okay, cost of production will determine the price, okay, that will be set for a particular good or service. Okay, if the cost of production is very, very expensive, all right, you will not say, okay, that the price of that commodity will be cheap. Right, so that will determine how price is set. Also, another factor is competition. Okay, does that good Okay, does it have what a substitute in the market? Are there people who are what competing, okay, with that particular good or service? Okay, that will also determine what how the price what will be. Okay, and also lastly, another factor, okay, that determines price is the what is the perceived value. Let me put it here. Is the perceived value. Perceived value. Okay, so what sometimes, okay, what is valuable to someone is not what the other person sees as valuable. Okay, while there are some other things, what are some other commodities, okay, or goods that everybody sees that is valuable to life and living. Okay, so how you perceive the value also what determines what how the price, okay, what will be. Also, there's price is also what influenced by some certain factors. It is influenced by some certain factors, such as for government regulations. Okay, it's influenced by some certain factors. Number one, such as what government regulations. Okay, government regulations. Okay, so government can say, do not sell so commodity above this price. Do not sell so and so commodity below this price. Okay, so there are regulations. Okay, even tax and other thing can what which is coming from the government can affect. Okay, can influence the price of a good or a commodity. And that is inflation. Inflation can also influence the price of a good or a service. Inflation is also another factor that influences the price of a particular good or service. And also lastly, market trends. Market trends. MA, you know what market trend is, right? Market and your trend is another factor that influences the price of a good or a service. Okay, so if there's a new trend, okay, the price of, let's say there are new commodities that are coming out, the old ones are phasing out. Okay, so if you are going along with the trend, okay, you are keeping up with the pace. All right, you see that the prices, okay, it will definitely affect the price, okay, of a particular good or service. Okay, so that is price basically. All right, is the amount of money that you use in purchasing. To purchase, if you want to purchase something, okay, how much is this? Okay, so it's the amount of money that you use to purchase a good or a service, or we define it as as the rates of exchange for goods and services. That is what price. So now we're looking at price determination. How do we now determine what that price? Okay, that's what we're really looking at in this class today. So the theory of price determination. Okay. And it simply says here that price determination is the process of setting the price of a good or service based on various economic factors. Okay, so price determination is the process where we set the price of a good or service. Okay, is what we call price determination. All right, so we want to get to a particular price or a particular price for a good or service. That process is called price determination. All right, we can also say that it refers REFERS. Okay, it refers to how the prices of goods and services are fixed in an economy, how they are placed in an economy. Okay, so that is what price determination. Okay, how the prices of goods and services are fixed in an economy. That is called price determination. Okay, and the fixing of prices of goods and services in an economy is dependent on the economic system. Is dependent on the economic system, okay, run or practiced in that economy, in that particular economy. Okay, so to fix a price, the fixing, okay, of the prices of goods or services are largely dependent on the economic system, the type of economic system that is being practiced in that economy. Okay, so in very, very, very previous episodes, we'll talk about economic systems, okay, and we'll talk about the types of economic systems. So we're opportune, okay, to speak about. Well, I've spoken about it before. I just want to throw a shade on it. So if you want to watch it, go back to our earlier episodes and watch it. okay, and get all the maximum knowledge from it, okay. So we'll say we have what? Free market economy, or the one we call capitalist economic system. Free market economy or capitalist economic system. All right. Then we also have, of course, socialist economic system, and then we now have what? Mixed economic what? System. Okay. So we have what do you call it? Free markets. Okay, or what? Capitalist. Okay, then we also have what now? Socialist. Okay, this socialist economic system is also called it can also be called controlled what? Economy. It can be called centrally planned economy. Okay, all right, and so on and so forth. Then of course we now have what? The mixed economy. Okay, so these are what? The three main types of what? Of economic system that we spoke about in previous classes. And we know what the free market economy is, or the free market or capitalist economic system means. Okay, it's a what? It's a type of economy where the resources or means, okay, of production of what? Of a particular what? Economy is controlled by private individuals. It's controlled by private individuals. Okay, so that is what free market economy or the capitalist what? Economy. Then we also have the socialist what? Economy. Okay, this one is called the resources are what? Are controlled by what? By government. Okay, by a centrally placed what? Authority. Okay, so that is what socialist what? Economy. Why what? Mixed economy has what? A touch of both what? This private and what? And this was socialist. Okay, so it's that simple. All right, so free market economy, the resources or the means of production are controlled by private individuals. Socialist economy, okay, that are controlled by what? By centrally placed authority like the government. Okay, then mixed economy, which is what's a touch of what? Both what? The private. Okay, it's a mix. It's a mix of both what? The private and what? And the socialist. Okay, sorry, the capitalist and what? And the socialist what? Economic what? Systems. All right. So now let us what? Relate it to what we are doing today. So under the free market economy or the capitalist economic system, price is determined by what? By the price system or mechanism. Okay, price is determined by the price system or mechanism. Okay, by this, okay, we mean that what? The price is determined, okay, by what? By the interplay, okay, of forces between what? Supply and demand. Price is determined by the interplay of forces between supply and demand. So it is the what? It's the price system, okay, or the mechanism that what? That determines what? The prices of goods, of a good or what? A service, okay, in an economy, okay, in a free market what? Economy or a capitalist economic what? System. Okay, and what we mean by that, like I say, is the interplay of forces. Interplay of forces, okay, between what? Supply and demand. Between supply and what? And demand. Okay, so that is what in a free market economy. And Adam Smith, okay, in his book Wealth of Nations, described this as what? The invisible hand. Invisible what? Hand. Okay, and what Adam Smith, invisible, this is IN, and what Adam Smith, okay, he wrote a book in the year 1776, okay, called what? Wealth of Nations. Okay, you should try and read it up, okay. In his book, A Wealth of Nations in 1776, he described this as what? As invisible what? And what I was trying to say basically is that as we go about our normal businesses, okay, day-to-day activities, we are contributing to the world, to the well-being of the world, of the economy. Okay, so that was it was actually what highlighted by the invisible hand there. All right, so we may not know, okay, unknowing to us, unintentionally, we are contributing to the well-being of what? Of the economy. All right, so in a free market economy, we have said that it's the price system or the mechanism that determines the prices of what? Of goods, of what? Of service. That is the interplay of forces between supply and what? And demand. And Adam Smith described this as what? As the invincible what? Hand. Okay, are we together? All right, so now let us continue. Legislation. Okay, so the failure of what of the price system or mechanism to what to produce desired results or to be able to allocate scarce resources efficiently led to the intervention of government in what in helping to what to fix what prices, and the process whereby government helps or intervenes in the fixing of prices is what we call what price what legislation. Please take note of that. Price legislation. All right. It is also called price control system. It is also called price control system. Okay, so please take note of that. Now that will now take us to types of price legislation. Okay, that is the economic system. All right, I'm going to talk about two types of what price legislation. Okay, that the government two ways, two methods whereby government what come into what play when it comes to what legislation of what of prices. Okay, number one is called the maximum price legislation, which is called price ceiling. Okay, maximum price legislation. It's also called price ceiling. Maximum price legislation. Maximum price legislation, which is called what? Price ceiling. Price ceiling. Okay, so this is the highest price by law by which goods are sold to consumers. Okay, so it's just like, all right, things people are selling things to the market, okay, and the system is not controlling the price. Government intervenes, they weigh in. Okay, they now say, do not sell this particular marker. Let's say this marker, we do not selling it for 2,000 naira. Something that used to be 100 naira. Okay, government now comes and says, no, do not sell this marker above what a certain price. Okay, do not sell it above what 1,000 naira also. Okay, so that is what now price legislation. Government have waded in. All right, so it is the highest price. Okay, this is the highest price by law by which goods are sold to consumers. And as you can see, obviously, this is to what? To protect the consumers. It is done to what? To protect the consumers. All right. So now the aim is to protect consumers of goods, but producers are not happy. Will they be happy? No. So who is producing it will not be happy. But you that you are what legislating for, okay, will be happy because you are angry initially that what you are purchasing a particular good or service at an exorbitant price, and then the government comes, weighs in, and what fixes a price, okay, that you should know what go above. The producers will not be happy, okay, but the consumers will be happy, okay. So now for maximum price legislation, it is called what the price ceiling, okay. Say it is the highest price by law by which goods are sold to consumers. And the aim is to protect the consumers of goods, but producers are usually not happy. And the maximum price is usually fixed below the equilibrium or market price. Okay, the maximum price is usually fixed below the equilibrium or market price. All right, so please take note of all of that. It is usually fixed below the equilibrium price or market price. Okay, so if this is our graph, here we have what our price on the vertical y-axis, then here we have what our quantity. Okay, all right. Of course, the interplay, okay, of forces between what demand and supply will come here. We know that our supply curve, okay, slope what upwards, okay, while what this one slope what downwards. Okay, this is our demand, D naught D, okay, or D1 D naught. But this one is S naught what S1, okay. Let me just say D1 D naught and S1 S naught. So this is our supply curve. This is what our demand curve. Okay, so now this is the equilibrium, right? Okay, where what the demand and supply was meet. Okay, so we can trace it there. So this is what our equilibrium point. Okay, so this what if this one is what is P naught, if the price is P naught, here will be what Q naught. Okay, so now what we are saying here pertaining to maximum price legislation, okay, we say it is the highest price, okay, by which goods are sold to consumers, and to say it's usually fixed below the equilibrium price. It's usually fixed below the equilibrium price or market price. Okay, so that what, let's say our P1 is here. This is our P1, this is our P naught. Below it, so there can be what? Yes, our P naught. Okay, so below P naught is P1. Okay, so we can trace. Okay. All right, so this will be what now? Our Q1. All right, so this is our obviously what our maximum our maximum price legislation. Okay, then what now? Okay, we've not gotten to minimum price legislation, but just keep this thought, keep it for now. All right, so now minimum price legislation or price floor. Okay, maximum is called price ceiling, minimum is called price floor. Take note. Are we together? Maximum price legislation is called it's called price ceiling, while minimum is called price floor. Price floor. PRCELFLOOR. Price floor. I would say this refers to a government imposed price floor, okay, which sets the lowest legal price for a good or service. The lowest legal, the maximum said the highest what price, the highest legal price. While this one sets the lowest legal price for a good or service. And this represents prices. This prevents rather prices from falling below a certain level to protect producers, workers, or certain industries. Okay, so this minimum price legislation is used to protect. The aim is to protect what? The producers. Why this one? The aim is what? Is to protect the what? The what's it called? The consumers. Okay, so now let us quickly see the effects of what? Okay, let us complete this. Let us complete this graph. Then we'll see the effect of maximum price legislation and the effect of what? Minimum price what? Legislation. Okay, so now let us go. So now, for the minimum price legislation, it is fixed, usually fixed above the what? The equilibrium price or market price. Take note. Okay, maximum is fixed below the equilibrium price. Minimum is fixed above the equilibrium price. Take that what? Take that as a what? As a take home. Okay, so if this one is P1, this one is maximum. So our P1 here is what? Is maximum what? Price what? Legislation. Okay, or what it says your price ceiling. Okay, while your P2 here, okay, so it will what? To hit here, and then it will hit here. Okay, so it can now what? Come down. Okay, so now this is what our Q2 here. All right, so this points represent what? Your excess supply. Your excess supply. Okay, why here represents what? Your excess or demand. Excess demand. Okay, so I think we'll come back to this graph again. Okay, but I just wanted to complete the graph so that you see. All right, so for price floor, okay, it is set above the equilibrium what? Price. Price ceiling is set below the equilibrium what? Price. Okay, so this region represents what? Point of excess demand. This is what our maximum price legislation is P1. Our P2 is our minimum price legislation. Okay, so we understand this very, very, very much better. We'll talk about the effects of what? Of maximum price legislation and the effect of minimum price legislation. Let's quickly look at them. Okay, so now what is the effect? The effects. We'll draw this graph again. The effect of what? Of what's it called? Of maximum price legislation. Number one, it leads to excess demand. Okay, by excess demand means shortage of what? Of supply. Okay, or shortage of goods. Okay, we're looking at the effect of maximum what? Price legislation. When government, okay, sets what? A price, okay, the highest price by which goods are to be sold to consumers. This is the effect. This is what it causes. Okay, so it leads to what? Excess what? Demand or shortage of what? Of goods. Let me take that graph again so that we'll just what? Use it to explain better. Okay, so that we'll just round up together with that. There's so many questions that come from here in your exam, so please, it's not something you should play with. Okay, so the interplay, okay, of force between supply and demand is something that is very, very important in understanding how the economy works. Okay, so like we said, we have our price on this is our price. Okay, on the y-axis is our quantity. Okay, then now our supply curve is and our demand curve is. Okay, so upward rising for our supply curve. Okay, then downward sloping for our demand curve. Okay, so this is our equilibrium point. Let us take that down. Okay, if this one is P0, This is what Q naught, okay? And for we said for minimum, if you don't understand it before, understand it now. For maximum price registration, which what we started from, we said that what the price is usually set below the equilibrium what price or the market price. Okay, so if this is what our P1, all right, so it will hit what here. Okay, so here's what our what is it called, our Q1. Then if for minimum price registration, the price is usually set above the equilibrium what position. So this is what our P2. Okay, it will hit here and then hit here. Okay, and come down. All right, so this is what our Q2. Okay, this region shows what excess is region for excess demand. Okay, yes, what a region for excess supply. Okay, so please take note of that. All right, so this P1 is what is maximum price legislation. Okay, this P2 is what is minimum price legislation. Okay, you see a question that borders on this graph. Okay, very, very soon we'll start talking about past questions. Okay, so very something that is very, very important to us that you guys don't do is what liking our videos. Don't like our videos, you just watch, enjoy yourself, and just live like that. You don't share, don't subscribe. That is very, very, very bad. All right, please ensure what you want to keep sharing our videos, ensure you keep liking, okay, and ensure that what you share to your loved ones and your friends, even your enemies. They don't want to learn and succeed like you. Okay, so now it leads to what? Excess demand. This is maximum price registration. Okay, leading to what? To excess demand. That means what? Supply, because the price has been set. This is the equilibrium. This is the equilibrium price. P naught is our equilibrium price. P naught is equilibrium price. But by the reason of maximum price registration, the government, okay, or the legal what centrally placed entity as what now? As fixed what in highest price that a particular commodity should be sold. And because maximum price registration, it is set below the equilibrium price. Okay, producers are supposed to be selling at this price, but you now are taking it down here. So that's why producers will not be happy, but consumer will be happy. And because producers are not happy, they will not supply much. Okay, they may not even supply again. Say they may stop what supply because what they are not what they say. What they say difference between the equilibrium price and the maximum price registration. So it will lead to shortage of goods. Producers will not want to supply much again, or they may not even supply at all. Okay, so this is the effect of maximum price registration. It leads to excess demand, which is what called shortage of goods or shortage of supply. Also, it leads to hoarding of goods. Number 2, it leads to hoarding of goods by producers, which will cause artificial scarcity. Okay, so it will lead to hoarding of goods by producers. So they already produced it, okay, but they will not supply it because the price does not favor them. Okay, it does not favor them yet, so they will hoard it. They'll be hoarding it. Hoarding, hoarding. They will hoard it. They will make it scarce. They will create a kind of artificial scarcity. Okay, by producers which will cause artificial scarcity. Then also number 3, you have heard of black market before. Okay, so black market, especially for fuel, it happens very well for fuel. Okay, when you say they should sell this price at a particular price, they will stop supplying. Okay, and you see that they will not be selling secretly, okay, to people, and all those people will now go and sell it at a price that is even above this market price. This equilibrium price. Okay, so that's what happens. So it also creates a kind of situation that we call black market. That's another effect of maximum price legislation. Likewise, let us see the effects of minimum price legislation. And one of them is that it leads to excess supply. As you can see very well here. Okay, minimum price legislation. All right, because what is happening in minimum price legislation is that the price is set above the equilibrium price. Okay, so what will happen? Suppliers will be happy. They'll be happy. They'll be supplying more. but we consumers, we will not be smiling much, oh, okay? Because the price is now becoming too much. So there will be a lot of supply, but the demand will fall, okay? So for that reason, it will lead to excess supply. So one of the effects, number one, is is excess supply. Okay, all right. So and also because of this, laborers will offer themselves very, very, very cheap. Okay, because of businesses can no longer cope. Okay, because as a result of lesser demand, people are not demanding, supply just there. Okay, well, you don't have goods in your shop, you hire 50 workers, nobody is buying. Will you not lay them off? Okay, so labor will offer themselves very, very cheap. Okay, I bet everyone na 2K they pay me per month. Somebody has collected 10,000 before. Okay, I want to sack you. Okay, no. I bet, madam, oga, even at 2,000, I bet they pay me. I go they manage. Okay, so you see that laborers will offer themselves cheaper as a result of this the effect of minimum price legislation. Okay, so we have done with this. Let's quickly see some questions from this app. We out of here. This is a 2006 question number 45 that we showed you at the beginning. You are seeing the graph. Okay, so we're told you that the diagram above shows the effect of what? Obviously, that would be what now? Effect of, okay, let's look through the option to see which one is correct. It says maximum price legislation at P2. Okay, which is obviously very correct. Okay, at P2, should I draw a diagram here? Look at where P2 here is. Okay, P2 is here in this diagram. Okay, why our equilibrium position is is P1. Okay, then there's nothing else. Okay, so now P2 is is our below, it is below. This is our equilibrium position, equilibrium price. Okay, so and P2 is below the equilibrium price is below it. Okay, so that is what now? Maximum price legislation. Okay, for the sole reason that it is set below the equilibrium price. You should know that the answer is option A. B say minimum price legislation at P2. That's not minimum. If it's minimum, to be above. Okay, maybe let's say P3. Okay, this will now be our minimum price legislation. All right. So now, C say excess supply over demand at Q2. Okay. All right. This is our excess supply. This says excess demand over supply at Q3. So correct answer is just there. Option A, maximum price legislation at P2. 2005 number 27 says the hoarding of goods usually experienced when does that happen? When do they hoard goods? Okay, they hoard goods usually at the condition of maximum price legislation. They will hoard goods. Okay, they will create artificial scarcity. Okay, they say now the hoarding of goods usually experienced where A say supply is greater than demand. B say the market price is above the equilibrium price. C say demand is greater than supply. Okay, though definitely when demand is greater than than the supply. Okay, they will hoard goods. Okay, they'll create artificial scarcity. All right, that is correct answer. Which option was C? Is correspond also with our law of demand and supply. All right, so now 2001 number 25. If government fixes price below the equilibrium price, what effect will it have on demand? Okay, it will cause excess demand. They fix price below the equilibrium price, below it, to lead to excess demand. Okay, A says quantity demanded and supply will be equal. No. B says quantity supplied will be greater than quantity demanded. C says quantity demanded will increase. D says quantity demanded will increase. Okay, correct answer is option D. Quantity demanded will increase. It will increase. Okay, because the price has been set below the equilibrium price. Okay, demand will increase. Let us see another question. 2001 number 11. It said the fixing of price of an item. 2001 number 11. The fixing of the price of an item above or below the equilibrium price is most likely to take place in A says free market economy. B says developed economy. C says mixed economy. D says centrally planned economy. Okay, the fixing of price of an item above or below equilibrium price is most likely to take place in a centrally placed This is centrally planned economy. Okay, that's a socialist economy or a controlled economy. All right. So now 1995 number 4. It says what to produce in any society is determined by the A says expenditure of the people on different commodities. Just take this as an assignment. B says competition among the different producers. C says competition among the different consumers. D says supply and demand in the factor market. Okay, put the correct answer in the comment section. Say answer is option A or option B, C or D. I will tell you whether you are right or wrong. My name is Master T. Thank you for joining in. In the next class, we'll talk about the theory of production. Thank you for watching.